You can find anything for cheap on Amazon, but the question always comes down to should you buy it? So today we're looking at the top 5 mountain bike accessories on Amazon. Let's talk about it. What's up guys, Josh here again with Daily Mountain Bike Rider. And today I'm gonna look at the top 5 mountain bike accessories that are sold on Amazon and let you know if they're worth buying. When I first got into riding, I often looked on Amazon to save some money and try to find products that were gonna be useful for me and not break the bank. Nowadays, I usually just go down to my local bike shop, the Lost Co. Click the link down below if you wanna see all the products they sell. But I thought I would look at the top 5 items because I know some of you might be interested in them. So let's jump in. All right, first up is something I'm very happy is on the top list, and that is a multi-tool. Not just any multi-tool, this is the Crank Brothers M17. 17 stands for 17 different tools. This is a multi-tool that I'm sure all of you, if you're into mountain biking, have seen before. This was actually the first multi-tool I purchased. These run $22 on Amazon, and they literally have anything you're gonna need out on the trail. They have your Allen keys from like 2 millimeters all the way up to 8 millimeters, which is for those thick pedals. But more than just that, they also have a chain breaker, and on this chain breaker, it's actually removable so that you can also have a spoke wrench to tighten your spokes. Again, anybody who needs a tool on a trail, whether it's you, one of your friends, or somebody you meet, is going to be happy when you pull this thing out because it literally has everything you need. And the best part is it folds up nice and tight and has this nice little rubber piece on it to keep all your tools from flopping around and sticking secure in your pocket. This is something I hands down highly recommend. I'll probably say this is the product I would recommend the most to buy on Amazon. Number 2 on the list is another useful tool that's good to put on your bike or have in your bag, and that is the Vibrelli Mini Hand Pump. Hand pumps are one of those things, anytime I see them, I always am skeptical because if you've ever tried to use one of these before, it's a pretty terrible experience, but can get you out of a pinch. This one costs $17 or $17.50 on Amazon, and the thing that stood out to me was over 10,000 reviews and 4.5 stars. Right off the bat, pulling this thing out of the box, the one thing I really like to see is that it comes with a mount that can actually go underneath your water bottle cage. So you can have a water bottle and have this on the side of your bike, and it looks like it would be pretty secure in there. The next thing that I really like to see is a little patch kit. This is something that you can use on your tubes, or you could try to use on your tubeless tires, but I would not encourage that. At first, I was a little concerned because typically you have to fiddle with these little knobs in order to use a Schrader valve or a Presto valve, but this one is pretty interesting because it actually works on both right out of the box. You don't have to mess with anything. So at first I was just pumping it with this little bit of action, and then I realized that there was an unlock, and when I unlocked it, the pump got a lot more volume with pumping it up, and my flat tire, as you can see, was pretty flat, and after only 50 to a million solid pumps, it did fill up. Overall, it was a pretty good experience with a mini pump. These things are never something that you want to use as your regular bike pump. I would highly encourage buying a floor pump. But if you're in a pinch or want something a little inexpensive to carry on your bike or in your bag, this is one based on the reviews and everything I've seen from checking it out. I think I would recommend this. Number 3 is getting into territory that I'm not sure about because I don't buy these types of products. This is the Rock Bros, and this is a frame bike storage bag. I am not a person who needs to store more things on my bike, and yet for some reason I see people all the time with bags in their frames or big backpacks or the typical underneath the saddle bag, and usually this is to store a spare tube or something like that. But this new design, I saw a couple of these, but this one was the highest rated. It comes in at like $22, is one that you put on your frame. And I saw a lot of times that what they would show is that this should go up near your steerer tube. But as I put this one on my bike, I saw right away, there's definitely some interference as you turn on that. Besides that, it has 3 mounting points with straps that it looks like it's pretty solid on your bike. And then on top of that, the zipper does have like a waterproof seal on it, which seems really good. And the storage on here is pretty reasonable. As you can see, I put my wallet, some cash, my multi-tool, and of course a Hot Wheel in case I got bored and wanted to play with it on the climbs. But my big question on these is, do you want something sitting on your bike where the whole time you just hear this? And for me, I want my bike to be as quiet as possible, so I'd rather have a backpack that sits a little more tight to me. But if you're somebody who wants a bike frame bag, Rock Bros is notorious for ripping off other people. They make like pedals and cheap knockoff Chinese versions of things. So I won't say I can recommend this, but overall, the design, construction, the solidness that I feel on my bike, it seems like a pretty good product, which makes sense about the review. So I don't know, if you want one of these things that I don't think you need, go for it. Next up is this beautiful kit right here. I do not speak Chinese or Mandarin or whatever this language is, but it says bicycle cleaning tool set. And this comes in at $10, and this gives you a bunch of scrub brushes in order to clean your bike. Getting to the actual toolkit, I'm pretty impressed what you get. You get a soft, typical scrubber that you can use for a car wash, or This is just like a standard scrubber thing that you would use on a car, but these are the tools that actually come in handy for your bike. This first one, this kind of looks like a toilet wand, which is what I've used from the dollar store for many years. And this allows you to get into nooks and crannies in your full suspension bike or around your frame that's gonna be difficult for something like your hand to get into or a standard brush. And then moreover, you get what looks like a big old pipe cleaner, which is basically what it is to get in those even smaller tight spots. And then of course, this is for your cassettes and just hard to reach places. I find this useful on your bottom bracket. And then last but not least, this says tire cleaning brush for bike, which is pretty interesting. You can see that your main tread's supposed to go in here, and then you can kind of wrap your hand around and just go clean your bike. Overall, for 10 bucks, I mean, obviously this is just a cheap Chinese set, but if you're looking for basic tools to clean your bike and you don't want to go to the dollar store to get a toilet brush or just a basic car wash scrubber, this seems like a pretty good set. It all matches and it fits in the nice bag. I actually think that's kind of a bonus. When you're done, you have a cheap plastic bag that holds all these perfectly. So would I recommend it? Yeah, 10 bucks, why not? All right, last up is a product I actually bought on my own a couple months ago, but I had to rebuy again, tell you why, is the X Tiger mountain bike glasses, or just cycling glasses in general. All right, I gotta put these on while I talk about them. So first off, this kit has so many things in it. Not only do you get your sunglasses with a sunglass pouch and a nice little cleaning cloth, you also get these, which I think these are meant to make you look smarter. Obviously, that doesn't really help me. You get one of these things you put on the back, so if they fall off, they don't fall off. You get some extra ear doinglies. I think that's what they're called. And then whatever these are. Yeah, I don't know, but the cool part too is you also get 2 additional lenses. So you get a clear lens, which is very nice. Like here in the Pacific Northwest, I use a lot of clear lenses for my mountain bike glasses. And then you get a even darker black lens that is polarized. For just over 20 bucks, you get a pretty solid pair of sunglasses. And if you didn't realize, most sunglasses are terribly overpriced. I've had nice pairs of Pit Vipers and Oakleys or Spy sunglasses. And while some of the technology in those lenses is very advanced, typically the plastic lenses or the plastic frames are pretty cheap. On these, overall, the biggest thing that I look at when I look at mountain bike glasses, or glasses to wear while cycling, I should say, is how the nose piece hits, and then also the clearance you get on the top of your helmet. These X Tigers don't have as much clearance as like my Oakley Sutros, but the nose piece does feel very comfortable. These sunglasses feel very light. And as I said, I've actually owned a pair of these and used them for about 4 months until I crashed. And in my crash, forgot that I had left them on the side of the trail. Didn't mean to pollute. So would I endorse buying these versus maybe 100% Speedcrafts? Not that these are a knockoff of those. My answer is sure. Again, it's cheap Chinese stuff, but some people want to get eye protection while cycling, and these are not the worst things on the market. All right, that about wraps it up. If you want to find any of these products, click the Amazon link down below. If you want to find some real mountain bike products, go check out the Losco. That's my local bike shop. They have everything you actually need. That about wraps it up. You know what time it is. Don't want your guy wearing silly sunglasses inside at night. Wink, wink. Get out there, ride your bike, and make sure you do it every day.